Tyranid shooting phase was quite crippling. Murderfang and the Chaplain both went down. Lost the Sergeant over here. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. And lost the bikes right here. So Space Wolves did take a beating, but we will come back. We will resurge. So Tyranid assault phase. So I guess I skipped the end of turn, but Space Wolves managed to wipe out the Swarm Lord, and they consolidate over there at the end of the Tyranid's turn. But now the Tyranids, the Space Wolves are advancing up here to make the Tyranid Menace pay for all the brothers they've taken today. I advanced the aggressors, trying to get within range of the objective. Now we can start shooting off some Flamestone Gauntlets on these Hive Guard. This 10-man squad moved up, and we're going to take some shots on those Hormigons. Bjorn moved up, keeping his aura effect. We're still in range, actually, I think, for our protecting people, so that's important. And, yeah, so now it's up to just I move those guys over there, try to clear off these guys' objectives. So now the important thing right now is just going to be making our charges and making sure our shooting is effective. So, yeah, we will see you at the end of Space Wolf shooting. Or I suppose let's do Psychic now. Let's do Psychic now. I'm going to activate Niall.
I can shoot him with
Huh? Yeah. Well, I'm hoping you'll die this turn. That's the plan, anyways. Niall is going to activate Living Lightning. Let's do Living Lightning. So Living Lightning will manifest on a 6.
I will use my Deepest Shadow, because I am Grimace.
Okay.
1 die.
Nope. That fails. I can do a reroll. There's no reason to, because it would just go to a 6, potentially. That's like the only way I could do it. That's fine. We'll just attempt to smite him then. Or no. I think he's the closest.
Yeah, he's the closest.
Okay, so I'll attempt to smite him.
Where is he? Is it the Ripper?
You tell me, because if he's not the closest, then might not smite.
Ripper at 12.
Oh, I'm in Assault Doctrine, just so you know.
Yep. The Rippers are technically closer.
Okay.
At 12 inches.
We'll just do Stormcaller again.
Okay.
Activating on a 6, manifest on a 9. So.
I'm going to attempt to deny you.
Okay.
Don't deny.
Okay. They are cloaked by Stormcaller. So, yeah, we'll see you after Space Wolves shooting phase. Hopefully we can make this one a good one.
Is that all I shoot?
Yep. I'm just about to go into Assault. Space Wolves did have a really good shooting phase. Managed to push the Hive Guard back, and we managed to push the Neurothrope and the giant Exocrine off the table. That was one of the bigger ones. We did rapid fire here into these Gaunts, do some damage. Now that the Synapse is down, though, hopefully we can get some serious morale crippling damage going on. Did some heavy bolt pistol shots, and now we're about to do our long bomb charges into some squads and try to take out some units. So we will see you at the top of Tyranid turn, I guess, or at the end of Space Wolf turn. So, to be continued. So Space Wolves had a really good assault phase. Well, not really good assault phase. I should say we had a good assault phase. We managed to... Oh, I have a guy underneath the building. I should probably move him.
Not getting the objective. It's denying me primaries and objectives.
So Space Wolves did a massive charge. Well, they attempted a massive charge here. Failed miserably. Attempted a massive charge here. There's literally no reason, because he had no Overwatch possible. Failed there. Managed to do our attacks here, wiped out the Ripper squad, and then did a 6-inch consolidation with one of our stratagems to move into this second objective. So now we are contesting this objective, or no, we are owning that objective.
Yeah, you are.
And that is that's the big spiel right there. Space Wolves are taking objectives, which is what we need to be doing, is moving into you. Fortunately, the turn effects are really scary looking, and Tyranids are about to start their turn. But Space Wolves had a decent turn, and now the shooting phase was huge. And I think maybe we can start moving back in. Although there are still reserves lying outside the table, and there's still enough units to be a threat. And I can see a reversal here if I'm not playing too carefully. So we'll see what happens. Tyranids movement phase. So Tyranids just finished their movement phase.
Nope, in a movement phase still.
Oh, in a movement. My apologies.
We are rolling for the advance on that Lictor.
Okay. We're going to do a second move. Okay. So that
4 and
moving over the difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to get into my deployment zone so you can scramble. That is the purpose, yeah. I think that's what we're going to try to do, is you can try to catch up on the points right now. Because right now I'm taking a lot of objectives. I've surged ahead in victory points, and so now he has to catch up. And that's really the big thing here.
Where is your deployment zone?
18 inches from the edge, remember?
Yeah. So I just gotta get up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Technically on that.
Yep. No, that's fine. Okay. It's fine. We'll say it's up there. Yeah. So technically, that's technical good. Very, very good. Very, very good. The Tyranids are moving out, trying to reclaim some points. They fell back over there, so they're trying to open them up for shooting from the Hive Guard, camping with their mortar cannons. Excuse me, back here the entire time. The thing that worries me is that Tyranid is probably going to do a number on these aggressors. They've been shrugging off a lot of shots so far, but I think now might be the day that they finally meet their maker, sending us to the All-Father. So that is the end of Tyranid movement, and now we're.
Swoop.
Oh, again, I spoke too soon.
He spoke too soon.
More Tyranids are popping in to contest the table. Yep. Once they drop in, we'll move right into shooting, and yeah, then we will see you guys after shooting is concluded. We will see how the Tyranids go, because unfortunately the psychic web is no longer in place, so that has failed. So we'll see you at the end of Tyranid shooting phase. Objective. Alright! Tyranids finished their shooting phase, managed to wipe out the aggressors here. I was afraid that would happen. And then they did kill two assault intercessors over there, but not enough to cause a morale check. So the Marines are still holding. Oh, wait, I am enough to cause a morale check. After all, 6. I don't. They're actually good. So yeah, Marines are still holding it, but they did bring in these gargoyles that are contesting these back objectives. So unfortunately, looks like he's starting to get back on the objective game, and the lictors and the Ripper Squad are actually mining CP over there, or VP, sorry, which is making things really difficult. So he might be catching up here if we can't start pushing him off these objectives again. So end of Tyranid turn 3, top of round 4, going to Space Wolves. So we just did movement phase for the Space Wolves. They're moving around, trying to push them off these last objectives before we get to round 5, so we can try to keep our lead and then hopefully secure it for the end of the game. So we did unfortunately move their guys over here, so we have the option of charging the Lictor or charging into those gargoyles over there. We're going to move up and attack those Rippers. Bjorn is going to move this way. He's followed by Niall, and we're going to go with this squad into hopefully them, hopefully consolidating to the back line of the Hive Guard, keeping our shots out of the way. So that is the plan. We will see what happens. We will see what the end of Psychic, or sorry, beginning of the end of shooting. All right. So, end of Space Wolf shooting phase. Psychic, we just managed to get off the Instincts Awoken. Everything else really kind of just failed. But not Instincts Awoken, sorry. Stormcaller. We managed to take some shots over here into this blob of gargoyles. Managed to get some dead. And then we managed to fire here, but we only knocked off 2 wounds on this squad. And the Battle Titan joins the fray. Managed to kill Vase and wound another one over there with the heavy bolt pistols. And then Bjorn managed to kill some gargoyles over here. So at the end of the turn, there's going to be some route checks, and hopefully we can kill some of those. Oh. Battle Titan being aggressively affectionate. Yeah. Okay. So that is. Oh wait, I have 5 sniper shots. Let me make those quick. 5 sniper shots into the gargoyle. Yeah.
Gargoyles.
Yep. Those ones over there. 3s, and I'm range of Bjorn, but it doesn't matter. And then roll to wound. 6s. Well, I mean a wound on 3s. So 2 base saves from the snipers.
2 base.
Give me those saves. Give me those saves. 2 gargoyles die. Okay. Yeah. Yep. The other one's just sitting there staring at us. judging us silently.
Judging sight. Well, 2 gargoyles are dead.
Oh,
Okay.
Battle Titan joins the fray. Oh,
Hands a 10.
we'll see you after assault phase.
Roll 1 quick. Fuck, no.
Oh, yeah. You lost that. Damn.
Oh, that's 6. So 1.
Yeah, so we did assault phase, and Space Wolves managed to push through here into the Hive Guard, so we were actually locked over there. We charged through and actually wiped out the gargoyles. 4 guys.
Pass me 3
Wiped out the
gargoyles. 3 gargoyles.
You failed 2?
I failed 3.
Oh, so you...
I
Do you
failed 2 combat attrition, 1 morale.
yeah.
So 3. Just 3.
Okay. Alright, 3 gargoyles. Looks like they ran away. And yeah, so we were going to score Warrior's Pride this turn, and I believe we're going to score Grandem down. Because I think we wiped more units than you did.
Yep.
Because you wiped the no, the Registress was last turn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was this turn.
We
So-
don't score Grandem down yet. So
that's right.
battle round.
No, you're right.
Four?
This is a brand new thing. My apologies.
Alright.
Just getting ahead of myself. Yeah. So yeah, Space Wolves, end of Space Wolves assault phase. We managed to push ourselves through the objectives. We have sustained some heavy losses this battle, but we're starting to get some headway back here. It's going to come down to these secondaries because unfortunately Carl's been mining that line breaker, so he's gonna max it out. That's gonna put me kind of really back forwards. If he can get Grindem down, that's gonna be another big thing. And that Scramblers, like, it's almost guaranteed he's going to get Scramblers now, so that's another 10. So if he can score some primaries, it's going to be a big thing. If he can push me off, he scores at the end of turn 5. And we're at the bottom of turn 4 now, so we'll see what happens. So Tyranid movement was very little. Pretty much stayed everywhere for the most part, except for moving up the Gaunts back here. Armor Gaunts. Fell back with the Hive Guard, and just slightly moved him up so he is able to have line of sight on those little Deuterinos over there. So we're about to do the shooting for the Tyrannifex. So show me them dice. Roll them hits.
These 3 dice at the squad.
Hitting on 4s. No rerolls. Rolling the wound is in 2s. There's a wound. -3, so I do get a 6-up save, and I'll take it on a regular dude. That is a fail. 1 dude. Well, roll a d6. You can roll a 1. You did not roll a 1, so 1 guy dies.
1 guy is eaten by the bugs.
I mean, I had to see it, right? Had to make it do it.
True.
All right. And then, do you have any other shooting elsewhere?
I think I do. Over there.
The Lictor has shots.
Gargoyle.
The gargoyles. They have 12-inch range, right? No, I think they're out. And he's probably out of range too, isn't he? He's like 6 inches or something. Yeah, so I think that actually is your shooting, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So we move to assault phase.
Charge.
That's gonna be the one.
Going pretty quick. I just charged with the
Armor Gaunts. So see if you can break the wolf back.
6 inches.
All right.
Press integrity.
I would love to. Oh, sorry. Okay. That works too. The awkward thing is going to be moving around me and maintaining coherency.
We're just gonna get to the wall.
Okay, that's fine too.
Just gonna make a blob one.
Alright. Well, we will see you guys again after the end of Tyranid assault phase, and we will see what happens. If they can break the Space Wolves here, they break that pack there, I think it's going to be a big play. That's going to be able to insta them back in the game. The problem right now is they just really have to hold on to these objectives, and that's really the issue. Is these objectives are kind of really difficult to hold on because my assault squads have been pushing them off, and every time they try to do that. So I think this is going to be the big moment here. It's going to be the big moment because if they can do that, the Hive Guard can start pushing me off objectives, and then he can hopefully get his big monster and those lictors onto my other objectives because he's already scored all his other secondaries except for grinding them down. So I think now's the time because he can really come back to the game because if he can get 15 points at the end of the round, that's going to surge him ahead in points. So I really got to maintain this lead right now. So we'll see you at the end of this turn. We'll see you at the beginning of Space Wolf turn round 5. So end of Tyranid turn. They managed to wipe out quite a few of these Grey Hunters. Wiped out 6 of them. They managed to hold the morale, fortunately for them. However, we were able to actually kill quite a few of them, leaving only 3 left, and then consolidating the end step into the Hive Guard, which allowed us to get some more dudes into combat. We tied that unit up a second time, which is really the quintessential point here at this point. And besides that, Tyranids really didn't do anything else besides they took a shot from him. So that was the end of Tyranid's turn 4, going into round 5 for the Space Marines, Space Wolves.
Max out Linebreaker.
Yep, you maxed out Linebreaker, you did. So like I said, you're at 36 points, yes. So it is a really close game right now. Tyranids are only losing by 1 point at the moment. Space Wolves are only leading by 1. So we will see at the end of round 5, the end of Space Wolves' movement phase, what happens. So moving to Space Wolves, turn 5. So, Space Wolves have just finished their psychic phase, movement phase. We had to hold on to these objectives right now. We're still in range of their heavy bolt pistols, so we're going to hold on to those objectives over there. Other than that, move Bjorn over here, trying to get some shots, push those Harpies off, and Niall move over here. Unfortunately, was only able to cast 1 power due to the lack of line of sight. So right now, it's pretty much just up to these Grey Hunters over here. They can finish off these Hive Guard and the rest of these, the Hormagaunts. So we will see you at the end of the Space Wolves shooting phase. Firepower. So Space Wolves, end of shooting phase, we managed to miss all our sniper shots into the Lictor. Managed to whip the gargoyles off with Bjorn, with his heavy flamer, and his frost cannon, Hell Frost Cannon. Took some shots, managed to plank another wound off of the Lictor, so he's down to 1 wound left. Over here is the big one though. Managed to kill 1 more Gaunt, so hopefully we're going to be able to move in and assault and kill the remainder of those guys over there. That is our plan, so moving to assault phase. End of Space Wolf assault phase, we managed to charge in here a little bit more, managed to kill Hive Guard, and managed to kill another Gaunt. Unfortunately, we're still locked, and another Space Wolf mid did go down. So we're still holding, and we're still fighting for every last inch here. So that is the end of Space Wolves turn 5, and battle round for turn 5 for Tyranids, and we will score at the end of the battle round instead of the beginning of Tyranid turn 5. So we will see what happens. I have 0 CP. So Tyranids did their movement and shooting. Movement was pretty lackluster, barely any movement. They did try to metabolic advance after they fell back here to the objective. However, they rolled double 1s, and unfortunately they passed out. The Lictor is moving up here, and is attempting to basically push himself up into this objective through a charge, which if he can wipe him out, he can claim that objective, which is going to be the big cinch right here. Big cinch, because unfortunately the Tyranid effect was unable to wipe out that squad up there. But we're still stuck in over here, so we will see what happens. End of Tyranid, turn 5, the last round, the last instance of scoring in this game. We will see you at the end of the battle. Yeah. So that is the end of round 5. Space Wolves are victorious. It is a narrow margin. Space Wolves win with 61 points versus Tyranids 46. So one more good turn of holding objectives, and the Tyranids could have actually got back on the board there. But unfortunately, the Space Wolves were able to just inch out that win. I think the biggest player was just able to just getting over here and just turn off your shooting over here, which I think that was the big play. Not only that,
Fang opened up the way. I really should have just killed him.
Yeah, Murderfang I think was definitely an all-star.
That was the mistake that won you the game, because what Murderfang did, right up the center, I didn't kill him. He opened up the entire middle of my defensive line, and then allowed troops to tie up my high line. Which stole the game entirely just by that.
Oh yeah, no, I think Murderfang is definitely incredibly powerful.
That was the moment that I messed up, and yeah, that sealed the deal for you.
I mean, you wiped my bike squads out. I think that was pretty harsh. Like, it took away a lot of my firepower and a lot of my mobility. It was just really fortunate I was able to hopscotch onto these objectives with my assault intercessors. Yeah, I mean, I feel like those are definitely my better units. I was actually anticipating for you to kind of gun those down as well as Murderfang. Honestly, those are the targets that I was figuring you were gonna highlight and shoot at.
I really should have just said, "Hey, I'm gonna target your intercessors with my exocrines," because I gave them voracious ammunition specifically to deal with the infantry. I could have just left the bikes alone and say, "Hey, all my infantry's in here. Have fun wounding me on 6s with bikes."
Yeah. I mean, like the chain swords were like would have been the only thing to potentially get some extra attacks, but realistically speaking, like that 10-man blob of Grey Hunters actually they got their points back.
And then I should have just said target your intercessors over here, and do what I did with the Swarm Lord.
Yeah.
Without intercessors remaining.
Well, another one I want to mention too is I feel like these scouts actually did a lot this game. They didn't actually kill a lot, but
They
just
held that center objective the entire game.
exactly camping on that objective was huge. I
was anticipating killing them like sooner. I was hoping to get
but they weren't a high priority. Like I think that was the big thing.
Was swoop in with Swarm Lord, right?
Yeah.
And I really should have just done it, but I got distracted by the bikes because I knew what they had done to me in the past, and it didn't actually matter as far as what they were doing because I was just afraid these bikes were gonna swoop into here and steal these objectives.
Well, it was the Assault Intercessors really that was the heroes of that particular engagement because the Assault Intercessors were just punished you.
I forget how weak bikes are not on the charge.
Yep.
They're actually kind of squishy.
Yep, it's their shooting power. That's really a great thing about them. But like once you got them locked up, they were pretty much useless. It was really just like it was my Assault Intercessors. Like I said, I think they were able to lock you up.
I should have just targeted these intercessors, killed them with my exocrines because every time they didn't wipe a squad, they were dealing D3 more wounds to the squad being shooting.
Well, that's what I said. That's why I cloaked them and I gave the Stormcaller to them because I really didn't want to get them to get shot at the table. Yeah. Like I was trying to protect them really, really well.
And then I really should have just veered my Swarm Lord right into those scouts and camped that center.
Yep. No, I think there were some interesting play decisions that definitely determined kind of how things played out.
I might have needed to bring this guy out turn 1 and then camp him here. But I don't think I can actually move.
I mean,
past this point.
I think definitely one of your missteps was camping so many units back here and then them not participating for so long. I think
like this could have been right here and just shot everything.
Well, they could have been charging out trying to seize objectives a lot sooner, and I think that was definitely something that put you behind.
They were playing bodyguard. They didn't do their job well enough. So.
Yeah. I mean, like.
I should have moved them a turn sooner to seize this objective when when I brought in the turn I brought the gargoyles in, I should have moved them and metabolic them up. To have 2 and have Bjorn fight through 2 instead of just them.
Bjorn has been a house every single time though. Like he's just that reroll has just been phenomenal. Plus he is such a competent character on his own. Like he can hold objectives and he can shoot people off.
I want to mention gargoyles are amazing, by the way. They are infantry that have fly. And if you can drop those gargoyles in in the midfield like that, this game I dropped them there, and I had a lictor for that last deploy scramble. Messed that up so bad. Turn 1,
missing deploy scramblers.
Completely forgot it. Turn 2, I brought those.
I mean, it turned out it didn't even matter because you got it.
Yeah.
I think like
first time everybody thought I got it. So hey, kudos to me.
Well, I think at the end of the day, like your army was just like. I was really scared of how much reserves you had because I was anticipating you to just come behind me with all these infantry, seize all these objectives, and push me back. And because I had lost so much impetus in the front here, I was anticipating that literally I was just gonna get pushed back and shoved between two different points of attack. Yeah. Like I was anticipating to get shoved off objectives and like lose a lot of things, and I really needed my characters to hold me there. Like honestly, Nyal was an all-star for that. Like his storm the Stormcaller ability and the Cloak by the Storm like saved my ass.
Yeah.
Like and like there's just just able to push through Tyranids in general. Like that was basically the big thing. Like I think it came down to a very, very close game because that first shooting phase,
I think
if it had been a little bit more effective, and that's the Cloak by the Storm, like and the Stormcaller proved its worth there. If it had been more effective, like that was it, right? Like I think you would have taken down so much more of my impetus, and I wouldn't have been able to like drive so quickly into those objectives, and then drive into your backfield and take away like all your long range firepower. Like that was the big thing. Like if you could have taken them out, And I think that was the problem too, is you were saying too, you didn't focus on the bikes. You focused on the bikes, you should have focused on the infantry. Yeah, I think that was really the big thing, is the infantry were had to be killed, and because you didn't target them, that gave me the opportunity to seize these objectives. I mean, like, I mean, I've said it before and I've said it again. Assault intercessors, they just hit so high above their weight class, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how good they are, especially in a Space Wolf army. We're on the charge in Assault Doctor, and you're exploding 6s. You hit on 2s, like, and then you have AP to AP -2, and then if your Instincts Unwoken, it's AP -3. Like, that's ridiculous. Space Wolves have the ability to just clear armored units, heavy units off objectives, like with Assault intercessors, and it's just a basic troop that, relatively speaking, is rather inexpensive. Like, Space Marines are just very point efficient right now, and I think that's really kind of the big thing. Like, I'm not saying Tyranids are bad. I don't think Tyranids are awful, but Tyranids definitely Space Wolves definitely benefited from having a new codex within this edition and having an update at the end of last edition, whereas Tyranids have remained in their same book for basically 3 years.
Beginning of 8th, we were the first codex. Yes.
Yeah, and then you had Blood of Ball, which was a 6-page update. Yeah, 6-page update to your entire army, and like a couple FAQs, but realistically speaking, your army has gotten very little love. So I think that's what it came down to in the end. It's just, you know, the point efficiency just really kind of came out and proved it here, just how efficient Marines can be. But, you know, like I said, it was a really good game. Like, the Chrono shenanigans, that shooting phase, I was ready to get sucker punched that first turn. And I mean, you didn't disappoint, honestly, man. Like, that firepower is insane. You just deleted units off the table. Like, yeah, no, I mean, like Tyranids as a gun line is terrifying.
Chronos can, like, if you're a psyker, you gotta watch out, because it's a crucial moment. The psychic card needs to go off.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like, I think it's a really interesting game. I guess the only problem is that because you have to be so elite focused on these, like, really, like, expensive heavy armored units, you lose out on troops, and so it makes it harder to score primaries.
I was actually honestly considering cutting those artifacts and just take, and maybe even the rivers, just really small box. Because this is 190 points for the rupture cannon Tyranids.
Yeah.
That is 30 guns.
Well, and I think honestly that's probably where you're at, because just the body count was huge. The body count was huge. Yeah.
Those were good.
Exactly. Well, I mean, like, and then after you had done so much damage to my guys with the gun line, you could swoop in, take those objectives, and I really can't push you off them, because like I you know, a couple intercessors aren't going to do it.
Which I did.
Right. Well, and that was one weakness of your army, was the synapse web was very weak. Once I took that out, like, your army started failing morale checks left and right, and that was really, I think that was also like really bad. And I mean like that's also the price you pay, right, for like the army you built. But like, again, that Alpha Strike moment within that second turn, the first 2 turns, like, your shooting was just off the wall, man. Like, you put me down. You put me down, and I hurt. I hurt, guys. I really hurt. Like, but Space Wolves are brawly, man. They're punchy. They can fight their way out of a really awkward situation, especially with like leapfrogging through close combats and using the 6 inches consolidation. You can do a 6-inch. A 6-inch heroic intervention. Like, Space Wolves are really tricky this edition. I really enjoy that play style, but definitely it was a really well fought game. So thanks for the game, Carl. Everyone, this was a battle report against Space Wolves against Tyranids, and it was a really fun fight. And, you know, I thank my opponent for coming down and playing with me. And you know, this has been really awesome. You know, let us know if you like this, if this kind of content works for you. If you want us to try something different with this format, you know, we're always trying to improve. We're always trying to figure out better ways to do this. So, you know, let us know. If you like the video, please give it a like. And, you know, if you have the opportunity, please subscribe, you know. It'll let you know that when videos are coming out. And, you know, if you want to keep in touch and you want to keep up with these videos, you know, we're going to keep pumping them out. And thank you for joining us. And, you guys, just, you know, wherever you are, good morning, good night. I hope you have a great day. And we'll see you next time. Bye.